Hello, namaste, hola. Well, first of all, I want to say you're so lucky that you know the word pranayama. Many people come into existence and goes without even knowing what is it. And you're super lucky that you're watching this video, and in next few minutes you would get a better understanding of what pranayama is. So we'll start with the word pranayama. This is a Sanskrit word which describes a yoga breathing exercise that have the ability to increase your energy, release your stress, improve your mental clarity, and improve physical health as well. This word in West is known as breath work. It's getting very popular now. And Time Health has said that this is the fastest way to calm down. Now, for better understanding of pranayama, the very first thing that we need to understand is what is prana? What does prana means, right? So prana is universal life force. It's an energy which distinguishes the living from the dead. A dead person is a body without prana, and the living person is a body with the prana. So that life force which exists is known as prana, or in other words, it's a vital energy that is needed by our physical and subtle layers. You must be very familiar with the physical layers, and I'll talk about the subtle layers in a while. So that life force, that prana, that energy is called as chi, and that energy moves in our body through different channels and different centers. Those energy centers are known as chakras. We have 7 main chakras in our body. You would have seen this picture a lot of time. So what those 7 chakras or centers are showing, the energy centers, the subtle layer of energy that flows in our body. And then there are thousands and thousands of nadis, channels. So the channels through which this energy flows, this vital energy flows, is known as energy channel, which is known as nadis. So the next thing we want to understand is, we understand prana is this life force and it flows through these energy channels, and there are energy centers. But how do we get this prana? How do we get this energy? So there are primarily 4 main sources that we can get prana from. First one is food. So we get our prana from the food, and in food, the vegetarian and the fresh food has a higher prana in comparison to the stale food. Stale food doesn't have as much prana as a fresh food. And in the meat, because since meat is a dead animals, and as we talked earlier that only force that distinguish a dead and alive is the prana. So in dead animals we don't have prana, and somewhere I've read even the prana is negative in meat. So that's why in spirituality vegetarian food is encouraged to have a higher prana, higher energy. The second one is sleep. You would have noticed that before going to bed we feel so tired, and after just waking up or taking a quick nap we get energized. That's how we get the prana. That's another way of getting the energy. The third way is just the state of mind. So sometimes we are very tired and not in a mood to do anything, and then someone crack a joke or we watch a nice movie and our mood gets really bright and we smile, and a better mood is also a source of prana. The fourth source is breath, and the breath is direct and instant source of prana. If we don't breathe, we die and no more prana. So breath is a direct and instant source, and pranayama is really about this source of energy. That's where we would go into a little bit more detail, like what can we do with the breath to increase our prana. So we understand what prana is, what the source of energy. The next thing we want to understand is what's the effect of prana. So as you have seen that in our body we have different channels. So channels, you can think of it like, as you can see here, 2 green channels of energy. So in a one state where this blue ball is a prana, so prana is flowing through the energy channels continuously, smooth and steady, and that's when we have the mind of a calm mind, happy mind, a positive mind state, and enthusiastic mind state. But sometimes we have some blockages in these channels, in these nadis, and they get blocked. And because of those blockage, what happens is, or due to lack of attention, the energy channels gets blocked and doesn't flow properly. There's a broken or jerky movement, and because of that, we have the worry, fear, uncertainty, conflicts, negative emotions, depression, and doubts about us. So that's all because of the prana and the blockages in channels. So now that we have understand what the prana is, how do we get it, and what's the effect of it, what we want to do is we want to have a high level of prana, right? We want to keep a good prana, a constant flow of prana. So how do we do that? In order to do that, we have pranayama. And what is pranayama? Tasmin sati swas praswas yorgati vicheda pranayam. This is from Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and what it means is, tasmin means in the state of a posture or asana. Sati means being. Swas means inspiratory health, inspiratory breath, and praswas is expiratory breath. Gati is speed, and vicheda is broken. So what it means is, when you are being in a state or a posture, the inhalation and exhalation speed is broken. That is pranayama. So when you are in a posture and you are breaking the speed of inhalation and exhalation, that is pranayama. Pranayama is the universal life force is regulated, or we lengthen it. When we lengthen or regulate the vital force, that is pranayama. So this can be done by different techniques are there, which try to break the normal flow of our breath. And that is because our normal flow is not really the normal flow. The normal flow, we have lost our normal flow and we are breathing in a really non-normal flow. So by breaking the non-normal flow, we allow ourselves to breathe in a normal way. Now, in the ancient times, what yogis have done is they've observed the power of breath to increase one's prana. And they have developed special breathing techniques to increase this life energy and maintain this life energy. And this pranayama is not just breath control, as most of the people think of it, but it is essentially a way to control the prana through the breath. So we are focusing on breath, regulating the breath, and we are doing all of this to increase the prana in our body. Now, if we talk about benefits of prana, definitely if we are focusing on our breath, then we are being in the moment, we are increasing our awareness, and it gets a sense of calmness to us. But apart from that, we get a calm mind. It reduces our worries and anxiety. It improves our focus and attention, boosts our immune system, energizes body and mind, and it sometimes also slows down the aging process. And that's why if you read some of the yogic books, you would see there are saints in India who have lived for 300 years and 400 years. So how do they do this? Well, this is one of the techniques they use for doing it. And if I tell you that there's a link between our emotion and breath, so for every emotion there's a particular rhythm in the breath. And because we cannot control our emotions directly, what we are doing here is we are controlling our breath, and that is going to control our emotions. So if you see, when you're calm and relaxed, your breath is nice and easy and long. But when you're angry, it's really short breath, and you're not really breathing deep breaths. It's very shallow breath. And most of the time, we take a breath from our chest region. It's not really from our abdomen. So if you look at a baby, then baby takes a deep breath, and their tummy is moving up and down. So babies are taking this natural breath from the tummy, deep breath in and deep breath out. And while listening to me, you might have already tried it, taking a deeper breath and releasing it a longer duration calms your mind down. So these are the benefits of pranayama. These are general benefits of pranayama, but there are specific benefits you can get out of specific pranayams. So here's a few of those specific benefits. There's a Brahmari pranayama that calms your mind down instantly. There's a Kapalbhati pranayama that is very, really helps in detoxifying body and clearing the energy channels. Bhastrika is a pranayama that gives you instant energy, and I try this a lot. So anytime you're tired, it just takes 3 minutes and you get instant energy. It's really magical. Like, from where am I getting this energy, so please look into these techniques, try it. You would see the differences yourself. You don't need to believe in me, what I'm saying. Just try it. You'll see by yourself. Then there's a Nadi Shodhan and Anulom Vilom, which is to get instant focus. If you're if you are doing a task and you're not really able to do it, you're getting distracted with so many things that can distract us today, do these techniques. It's going to give you instant focus. And there are many other. I won't be able to cover all of them, but the idea in this video is to give you the theory, the underlying principle of pranayama. Why do we do it? How it works? What's the function? How can we use it? How does it work? And how can you take it to the next level where you can live for hundreds of years? I mean, that must be a rigorous pranayama. So maybe we don't reach there, but maybe we can use these techniques to, live our day-to-day life in a better way. It's more of a customized way throughout the day. None of these techniques takes more time. All of them are like 2, 3, 4 minutes techniques. So depending upon situation in a day you are, how you feel, you just use these techniques to adjust your prana levels and perform the best you can during the day. So that's all for this video. I hope you like this video, and if you want to learn more about the individual pranayams, comment below which one would you like to learn more about, and maybe I prepare a video about those pranayam. But until I prepare a video, I'm sure there are thousands of videos out there. You can specifically look for any of these pranayam and learn those pranayam, try it for yourself and enjoy the benefits of pranayam.